Good morning everyone. So we'll begin with the next topic, that is friction. So what is friction? When a body is in contact with a surface or another body, there will be a resistance force which opposes its motion, and that is called as friction. So as you can see here, there is a body kept on a contact surface. When you have such a body and this body is pulled by a force, or suppose P, it is pulled by a force P to the right side, then the friction will always be opposite to motion, because friction is a force which will be resisting the motion of this particular body. So to resist the motion, it should act opposite. So remember this thing, friction acts opposite to motion. So if you have the force given this side, means the body movement is towards that side. It's not about force, it's about the body movement. So if the body is moving towards the right side, friction is always going to be left, and if the body is moving towards left side, friction is going to be towards right side. Okay, so when you have any such problem in which a body is given like this, the first step will be drawing the FBD. FBD you already know is the free body diagram. Free body diagram means removing the contact surface and drawing the forces that is acting on that particular body. So here we are considering this particular body, the same thing, okay, and we are removing this contact surface. So what all forces will be acting on the body now? P is already there, so you can obviously mark P. Then you can mark friction, because the body is moving towards this side, you can mark friction opposite side. And then main thing we should never forget is the weight of the body. So mark the weight of the body downward, because gravity, it's acting downward, so weight will always act downward, so you can mark it downward. And one more thing that you should mark is, when there is any body coming in contact with another body or surface, to balance that body or to support that body on that particular surface or body, some self-adjusting force will be there, which is called as normal reaction. We have already seen this in Lami's theorem. So as you can see here, this particular surface and body is like this, kept on the surface. So the reaction will be coming from this ground surface, arrow will go up. On the body, the reaction will be acting. So this you can mark it as capital R. So the reaction, if you are telling, it will always act perpendicular to the surface with which it is coming in contact with, or the body is coming in contact with. So here you can see reaction will act on the body from this particular surface. Okay, so as you can see, I have drawn the free body diagram here. So this is the free body diagram that will be there for this particular figure. Now what we need to know is reaction or normal reaction, because it's perpendicular to the surface always, it's called normal reaction. Now you need to know some terms which I have already given the notes of. The first one is coefficient of friction. So coefficient of friction is nothing but the frictional force divided by the normal reaction, the ratio of that, and F is equal to mu r you get from this equation. Just go through the definitions that I have given there, I am not explaining it too deep. Then angle of friction is normally represented as phi. Okay, so we have the equation tan phi is equal to F by R is equal to mu. Maybe the representation in the notes that I have given is something different, so just check and compare with this. The correct representation is phi, and for angle of repose it is theta. So as you can see, if the body is here, the reaction is like this, frictional force is like this. If you are taking the resultant of this friction and reaction, it will be acting like this. You know that, right? As per parallelogram theorem, the resultant will be along the diagonal. Okay, so if suppose the angle here which we are taking between the resultant and the reaction is phi, which is the angle of friction. Okay, then if you consider this as a particular triangle, where I can draw it and show to you. If I am considering this particular triangle, that is, one is R, then this is the resultant, and then you have, this is the friction. I have just drawn the friction downward, there is nothing much I have done there. It is there in the top, I have drawn it down so that it forms a triangle. Resultant, this is the resultant. I will write R, okay, for now, for resultant. And so this angle is phi, correct? This angle is phi. So in terms of force, you have got a triangle of forces. So if you consider what is tan phi in this particular triangle, it is opposite by adjacent. So obviously opposite is F and adjacent is R. That's why you got tan phi is F by R, and which we already know is equal to mu. So you can mark it there. So it's clear, right? Now that is angle of friction, the angle between the resultant and the normal reaction. Okay. Now next one is angle of repose, which is represented as theta. So make sure you use the same notation, that is theta. Okay, not as in the notes. So theta means when the body is kept over an inclined surface, at some angle this body may roll down or it may come down. Correct. So that particular angle at which the sleep of this body is disturbed, repose is related to the word sleep. Sleep which is being disturbed is called as repose. So if this body is disturbed and it comes down, that particular angle at which it will be disturbed and coming down is the angle of repose, theta. Okay, now we have some proof which we need to carry out here. So before that, I'll show you here. So if a body is kept like this, what are the things that will act on that particular body? We'll see that first. Okay, so weight will be, see here you should remember that the body is kept inclined and it is not kept like this, like normal case. So when it is kept like this, the reaction is acting like this, but when the body is kept like this, the surface is this inclined surface, right? So reaction will be perpendicular to that inclined surface, as I can show you here. This reaction is perpendicular to the inclined surface. And then if you drop this arrow of this weight downwards like this, then what you can see is this is 90 degree. Okay, obviously it will be 90 degree. This one is theta because we know that is angle of repose, and so the remaining in this particular triangle will be 90 minus theta. Okay, now this is 90 minus theta. We know the angle that is made by the reaction and the surface. So here the surface is like this and reaction is perpendicular to that, this line. Okay, so we know this total is 90. If this particular small angle is 90 minus theta, then this is going to be theta. If this is theta, then this angle between W and this direction of this reaction line, this one, is also theta, because these are vertically opposite angles. So make sure you understand this and you go to the next part. So when you have a body like this, okay, like inclined body like this, one thing you should remember is, since the body is inclined, its x-axis also and its y-axis also. This will be y-axis, this will be x-axis. We can mark it both passing through the center. I have marked this x-axis towards down, so mark it to the center because it's very difficult to draw on this. Okay, so both x and y axis will be inclined because the body is inclined, but in this case the x and y axis will be, this is the y axis and this will be the x axis. So you understand the difference. When you have a body normal kept like this, it will be normal, but when you are inclined, accordingly the axis also will be inclined. So you got that this angle between the weight and this is the y axis right now. So the inclined y axis, weight and the inclined y-axis is always equal to the angle of repose. This is very, very, very important for doing the problem. Okay, so remember this one, that is the angle of repose and the angle between the weight and the inclined y-axis will be same, that is theta. Okay, now there is a proof here that you need to prove. Wait, I'll be showing that now. See, this is the proof. That is the same figure. I have just resolved it. Okay, I have just resolved the same figure. That is, it's little down, so it may be difficult. You can just slide back and see. So W, if I resolve using this theta, you can resolve. This will be W cos theta, and along x-axis it will be W sin theta. And your R is going like this. Correct. Weight you have resolved because this is the y and this is the x-axis. So according to the axis, we have to resolve it, right? And since the body is moving down, you can mark the friction upward in this case. Okay, so I have marked all that. See, friction, reaction, W cos theta and W sin theta. Just compare both the figures, it will be very easy for you to understand. Now I am just applying the equilibrium conditions, because normally in friction the problems are solved using equilibrium condition, that is fx is 0 and fy is 0. Only two equilibrium conditions. Okay, then if you have understood this, so we are using the equilibrium conditions and writing it. Fx, we know that in x direction right is positive and left is negative, so see the arrow and write it. Even fy you can write it seeing the arrow, because in y direction upward is positive and downward is negative. Okay, so you got these. F is equal to w sin theta and r is equal to w cos theta. Now when you divide 1 by 2, okay, you get f by r is tan theta. So f by r is already mu, which we already know, which is coefficient of friction. So mu is equal to tan theta. Please go through the notes so that you understand better. Okay, so mu is equal to tan phi, which we have already derived previously. So we know tan phi is equal to tan theta. So this is theta is equal to phi. Okay, so sometimes they may ask the prove that angle of repose is equal to angle of friction. So you will have to do this proof, which is not there in notes. So remaining things, that definitions are really important. That is the theory part that will come from friction. That is coefficient of friction, cone of friction, angle of friction, angle of repose, and laws of frictions are some of the definitions that will come, and this derivation is really important. Now let's go to one problem in between, a simple problem from which you can do even the complicated problems. Now, so here you have a body whose weight is given 1000 and the load which is pulling it towards the right side is 600. So first thing, whenever you have a friction problem, what you have to do is you need to draw the FBD of that particular body. Only the body, how many bodies are there? For those many bodies you will have to draw FBD. Since here only one body is there, you have to draw for that one body. So here, as you can see, this body is there, force is towards this side, so movement will be towards the right side. You can write that motion is towards right side. So the friction, you can mark it opposite. We know F is equal to mu into R also. Just write it there. Weight is downward. Reaction is from here, because surface is like this, perpendicular to surface on the body, reaction will act. Reaction will be acting or coming outward from the surface, acting on the body. Okay, so you have here, this is done. Now as usual, equilibrium conditions, normally two are only used in solving problems. Write fx, fy, the condition, the sign convention is like this. You get mu r is equal to 600, and from fy directly you get r is equal to 1000. Okay, now if you divide this or substitute the value of r here, you will get the value of mu, which is 0.6. So the question was, I have not written the question here, but the question was to find out the coefficient of friction. Okay, so it's very easy. If you want to find out any unknown terms out of these terms that you have here, that is what they'll be asking you for the exam. Just understand how to draw the FBD diagram, and remember that reaction will always be perpendicular to the surface, comes out of the surface, acting on the body, towards the body. Okay, and if the surface is inclined, obviously the axis will be inclined, reaction will be inclined, and like that we need to proceed with the problem. Okay, and also remember the definition, the proof for theta is equal to phi is really important. So I hope it's very clear. This is the basic of friction which you need to know in this subject. The remaining problems will be made as next video. Thank you.